What the fuck is wrong with you? I sent a video on my channel that apparently you told Keller Williams of Augusta, Georgia to look at, that I am your sister and that I have been harassing you after our mom's death. Didn't you say that? Laura, if I would, you've never listened to me since 2019, the time of our mom's death, from February 20th, 2019, and the deadbeat dad, mom's in Georgia, Paul Niemeyer is in Central Florida. You've been around these people around that time. This guy's dead 30 days after our mother's death. And I have texted you back because you wanted to talk to me. Again, you wanted to talk to me this past, I think it was spring of 2025. And you never got back to me. Why didn't you've never, ever explained what had happened to our mother? You've never accused me of doing anything wrong. Like the time that our mom died, even on that day that she was on her deathbed at Doctor's Hospital in Augusta, Georgia, February 20th, 2019, around 3 or 4 p.m., when you finally came in bawling your eyes out, they were like you were beat, really, you were crying. I look at that now. I've been looked at that as excitement, okay? But you never asked me. You never ever asked me what the hell happened to her. What was going on? You've never ever blamed me for mom's demise. But the fact you made a big error, because I have it on my iPhone. I have the text. You wanted to call me. You were texting me on mom's old phone number. This was in 2023. And I was showing apartments not too far from my neighborhood in Brooklyn, New York. And you never got back to me. And as I've said in the other video, you know I was going to record it. And you're right, I was going to record it. Who the fuck does that who's innocent? What innocent person would worry about that? Just call me up. I don't block your number. I still have your number. I think it's 706-888. Oh shit, I forgot the last four. I have your number stored in my iPhone since 2015, 2014 maybe. That number's never changed. Why aren't you calling me to talk about this? Mom had no reason to die. She was simply having back. Okay, let me just back up here. She had back surgery. I by now believe that she should have never had back surgery on an 80-year-old. But this is the thing. I can't really, I don't have much argument in that, but you knew that she had high glucose levels, over 400, and you knew she was a diabetic that would be harmed in this way. You never ever brought that up. When we were going through what the hell happened to mom, my dumb ass finally figured out years later, and I blame myself, but you knew she had very high glucose levels. She had very high sugar, over 400, and you never dealt anything with that. And you have Laura Niemeyer Boschel of Augusta, Georgia. You had power of attorney. you do know that's criminal, right? If there is proof that you knowingly allowed our mother to face the peril of her health, just when it comes, well, not just, but when it comes to diabetes, she was going to be damaged. And how the hell long it took, I can't even say. You wanted this woman to die. You've been this unattractive bastard who hated your life. You couldn't even finish 9th grade at Westside High. You end up having sex with some loser that would call me a fucking monkey and a man or whatever. Brad Barnes, who apparently is gay by now. What the fuck? You had nothing in your life. You allowed Mom to deal with so much bullshit. By the time you had these 2 kids from that monkey motherfucking Brad Barnes, ew, and then 4 more after with Michael Boschel, you put all this on our mother for so many years. You never respected her. By the time our mother had an accident in your Toyota van or whatever in 2018 or 2019, you had to, I can't even imagine what you did to her, but you had to change your seat. And one of your sons said, oh, it was all over her hands and all this you are a bastard. You don't deserve shit from anybody other than prison. You wanted this woman to die, and I told you I would, without realizing what the fuck was going on. That's my fault. In early 2019, I said I was going to help out. If you need to go on that vacation with Melissa that you never took care of, I'll be there with Mom. As soon as I got there, you left for Florida to finish killing your father because he would die 30 days later after Mom's death. You were there for about 4 or 5 days, and then you came back. And this is funny. Y'all gotta hear this shit. I'm about 160 pounds. I'm a big woman for 5'5". Deborah Niemeyer is like 5'10". She's never been less than 200 pounds since she was an adult. Never in her life. And I remember when Laura and I were trying to get our mother, after this stint in at Harrington Park Rehabilitation Center, a bunch of ghetto pieces of trash that did not help our mom at all. So I'm happy to take Mom back home. I will help care for her. It's not even, I can't even get to the point that Laura never came by to check up on Mom after I asked her two houses down. But get this shit. This is what you get from a fucking, no matter how unattractive, disgusting narcissist, a sociopathic narcissist. Laura and I are carrying Mom. Mom's in the wheelchair. I'm holding the base of it. This is how dumb this bitch is. She's dragging her. I'm like, Laura, let's lift her up because we're going over steps. I'm like, Laura, we're big enough. Come on, you could do it, because she was struggling. This nigga looked at me like, I said, we're big girls. We can handle this. She looked me up and down. This is at close to 400 pounds. Deborah Niemeyer. She's never been underweight or at a decent weight since she's been an adult. She's never had that lifetime, that experience. This nigga was like looking me up and down and said, I'm not. I'm looking at her like this. And I want to put a video in, but I'm too lazy. But I pulled Mom's the base of her wheelchair, And Laura just dragged her from step to step, and I'm holding the base. This is the shit that is memorable of some sociopathic loser that wanted our mother gone. By the time I'll backtrack a little bit. By the time I got there, February 13th, 2019, about 7 days before Mom died, she had no blanket. She had no clean clothes. I bought her some t-shirts and shit. She had these diapers that I bought on Amazon. And that's fine, but I bought her a comforter, an army green or sage green. That was Mom's favorite color. This woman did not do anything for Mom. Mom had been in that predicament, which includes the back surgery that Mom had at University of Augusta, downtown Augusta Hospital. And she's not even in a warm... She has like sheets over her. That's the type of person Laura Niemeyer is. My point in this whole bullshit video, because I've done so much of this shit, Laura Niemeyer wanted our mother to die. Now, it's not so much about laziness as it is about being triggered and becoming greedy. At that time, Paul Niemeyer did not give her anything but a lakeside trailer that his brother owned. And she was pissed off. She was seriously pissed off. From 2018 to early 2019, Laura couldn't get over that. Paul Niemeyer did not like the way she looked. I never talked bad about Laura Niemeyer until like these videos. I never wanted to give Paul Niemeyer the credence to put Laura Niemeyer down in front of me, but apparently that's what he did for her. She didn't get shit from him, other than people got houses. I was supposed to get a house, whatever, in Florida, and I've never had a relationship with Paul Niemeyer. I've met the guy like 4 or 5 times in my life for like less than a day or two. I don't know the guy. I don't give a fuck. When Laura found this guy, Paul Niemeyer, in the early 90s, he never paid any attention to her until he had the economic means from his dead brother, Richard Niemeyer, an LA doctor, I think he was a medical internist in Granada Hills, LA, or whatever, California. That guy, Paul Niemeyer, had nothing but from his brother. The brother never made a will, which was a dumb shit kind of deal. He should have given it to his friends and whatever in his life, but he didn't. So the spoils would go to Paul Niemeyer. But Paul Niemeyer didn't want to give anything to Laura Niemeyer other than a trailer in Arkansas. So Laura is a fucking greedy bastard in all this. And I think that in itself kind of targeted her and kind of like what's the word? I'm just too tired, but it gave this person, Laura Niemeyer, a reason to take her mother's life. And then by 30 days after Mom's dead, Mom passes February 20th, 2019 at Doctors Hospital of Augusta, Georgia. Paul Niemeyer is dead March 22nd, 2019. He did have esophageal cancer, which was a nodule in his esophagus, and maybe that was the culprit, but Laura Niemeyer was with her mother. Well, for the most part, Laura Niemeyer was with her mother, and then by the time Paul Niemeyer would lose his life in Satellite Beach, Florida, Laura was there. So this is the kind of fucking shit that happens all the time. I was going to say something else. I can't remember. But if you knew what Laura Niemeyer was as a human being and her image, if you saw this woman, have you ever seen Trailer Park Boys? Trailer Park Boys from Canada. Remember Julian always holding a rum and coke in his hand? Or like Paul Stanley, that's Laura. I'm being a dick about this. It's kind of petty. But imagine, for me anyway, the most unattractive female with a pussy that can have 6 kids, abandoning most of them for other people to raise. That's a female. Even Paul Niemeyer looked better than her. My mother looked better than her. Laura Niemeyer Michelle, if you look up Julian from Trailer Park Boys, a Canadian sitcom, was so funny. Like, they had 20 years of a show. My favorite was either Ricky or Julian or McGahee, Sheriff McGahee, or oh my God, that's a really hilarious show. But Julian is the one that looks like my sister. He's holding a rum and coke no matter what the fuck he's in, no matter what kind of situation they deal with. He's always got that rum and coke in his hand. Or maybe Jim Belushi. She kind of looks like Jim Belushi. This is not an attractive female. She never was. I don't think she realized it. But when you look at her husband, Michael Bochelle, who looks like just his head is this big, never had sex until he met Laura, big ass, like no nose. These people are not even worth complaining about. They're not worth being mad at. They're not educated. They never even finished the 9th grade. I know a lot of people go through this shit in the United States and probably around the rest of the world. They're not educated, but yet they get away with this shit when it comes to the legal system and when it comes to murder. So, this is really long, but I just wanted to document this for educational purposes or whatever. Thank you.